Tēnā koutou katoa, everyone, and welcome back to Mucky Hope Productions. I'm your host, Mucky Hope, and tonight we've got a special treat for you. We have, is Christmas coming early? I'm pretty sure it is here on Mucky Hope Productions, because I'm here with one of the greatest genuine people I've ever met in New Zealand. I know that New Zealand stereotype to be, chill and nice, but this man is so chill and so nice. He knows where the best milkshakes are. He makes the most glorious pretzels of all time. Please welcome the winner of Traitors New Zealand Season 1. It is the legendary Sam Smith. How are you, bro?
Yay for me. I love that to be nice, you just have to know where to buy milkshakes from and make pretzels. That's cool. I'm glad that's a thing. Yeah.
Well, when I was in Australia, I struggled to find really good chocolate milk. And there were times I did think about, I forgot, what's the name of the cafe again? The one next to your house?
Factory.
Really that's right. I knew it started with F. Yeah. I often thought about this milkshake. I just miss them. And all I want is just a milkshake. Yeah.
I think there's a place in Adelaide where Adelaide is one of the only places in the world where Coke is not the most commonly purchased drink. It's this coffee milk thing that
I have heard about that.
And it's fine. It's great. The only other place is Scotland, home of the Traitors, where Iron Brew is more popular than Coke. Those are the only two places in the world.
Wow.
And my point was, I forget.
Well, hopefully I'll be able to go to Adelaide next year. I know that V is based in Adelaide. It'll be really cool to finally get to meet her, but we've got to save up for it though. After Christmas is so expensive, Sam.
It's expensive, especially. I don't know if you've seen this, Michael, but there are 1,000 bits of Traitors merchandise that you can now buy. You can buy the cloaks. No. You can now buy little things that you can write people's names on. There are board games. There are experiences.
What? Since when?
They just keep releasing more and more of this merchandise, especially in the UK, and it's great. And my mum's over in the UK at the moment. She keeps sending me photos of things like, "Oh, look, I could buy you a Traitors cloak," and I was like, "Mum, I wasn't faithful. I'm not going to wear a bloody Traitors coat. That's the enemy. You don't. That's like buying. That's like buying a. Oh, what example am I going to use here?
A Wallaby jersey.
The Allies and buying them a Nazi uniform. That's the one I mean.
I love that. I was like, just get a Wallaby jersey. We're New Zealanders, but no Nazi uniforms. What do you mean?
I would never ever make a New Zealander wear a Wallabies jersey. That's too far. Very happy to make one Winston Churchill chuck on a red armband.
I mean, unless if you're Quade Cooper, right?
Oh yeah, but he's a New Zealander.
Yeah, but
I once saw him at the movies during the 2011 World Cup. He was there and he had a rugby ball with him.
Man,
and I thought, mate, we're New Zealanders. We know who you are. You don't need to carry a rugby ball around with you.
Yeah, it's like, just in case if people forgot, I'm the most hated rugby player in New Zealand.
Yeah, it's probably because when you meet people out of context, you're always like, I know this guy. How's it going to be? Oh, he's carrying a rugby ball. That's Quade Cooper. Yeah.
Yeah. Now it's just like when I met, your friend Guy Williams randomly at MacPack, and there's so many things I wanted to say to him, but I didn't want to come across like a obsessive fan, But I now know what size feet he has, and that's something that no one can ever take away from me. So
massive,
yeah, very huge.
Oh man!
But we're not here to talk about buying Winston Churchill Nazi uniforms or finding out Guy Williams' feet size. We're here to talk about the Traitors UK Celebrity Edition. And Sam, you are a co-winner of technically a Celebrity Edition here in New Zealand.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah. And
we were a 50-50 version, and which is also a weird thing to do. But I feel like I loved this season, and I think it's because it is like a version of my version. When you have people who have set up relationships already, people have worked together, people know each other, it makes the game slightly different from the ones we see. I think and we always thought this on our version of the show. We thought that did not detract from the game at all, because these people may know each other, but they've never played the Traitors against each other. They've never played the Traitors. Traitors is a crazy new game that is bonkers nuts, and they had never done it before. And again, we ended up with just an absolutely wonderful season that was super engaging, and I loved it, apart from the ending.
Yeah, well, I felt like the ending was pretty crap as well of New Zealand season 1. Like, it was the worst ending I've ever seen for.
No, shut up.
Yeah,
Don't make me come over there and I know, ask you politely to change your mind.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, it's an interesting thing, right? Because we even saw it with the American traders earlier this year, and with some of the previous ones as well, where they're like, I guess for me, I know the Survivor players, I know the lore behind all of them. Like, Rob and Tony are seen as like 2 of the greatest male players of all time for Survivor. And like, you know, they're trying to work together. Like, Carolyn's been a huge star recently in Survivor. And it's like her and Rob are traders. Like, well, they're 2 of some of the greatest stars ever in the Survivor franchise. It's cool seeing them work together. But you know everyone's reputations, right? And with celebrities, while there isn't that same kind of reputation, because everyone knows that Rob and Tony are most famous for being snakes.
Yeah.
When you put them in a pressure environment like the Traitors, where you genuinely have to like question everything. Like, I mean, you've actually got proper experience playing the game. How hard was it? Because, you know, your friend Lauren was in the Traitors as well, and Justine. How was it like playing with your actual friends?
It was really good. It was awesome having someone there. You already knew that you had a connection with them, and then you could immediately work with them. I remember having a conversation with Juzzy that was just like, hey, you're not a traitor, right? And she was like, no, I'm not. And she was like, and I'm actually quite annoyed about it. I quite wanted to be one. I was like, yeah. And so I just knew I had a teammate. And as soon as you have someone, that's the hardest thing. If you don't know anyone, you then question absolutely everything. I didn't know Anna before the show, and or Kings, and there were lots of people like Philly as well. Is a great example. People who are just really nice, and then you're like, well, they're clearly putting this on. They can't be that nice in real life. They must be traitors and pretending. And then afterwards, you find out they were faithful, and you're like, oh, those people were actually just really nice people. Oh, that's so lovely. That's so nice.
Yeah.
So it's helpful having people that you know there. It makes it a little bit less of a crazy madhouse.
Yeah, and it is quite refreshing to see, because obviously with like the American traders as well, you had like Wes, who's like, you know, fuck you guys, as he's leaving. A lot of like people who are upset and very like mad about the game. But as you saw with your season and even this season of Celebrity Traders, everyone's just so happy to be there, and everyone's like having fun along the way.
I think it's a British thing and a New Zealand thing, and Canada a bit as well. We're not abrasive to each other, really. Everyone's quite polite, and I remember Anna saying towards the end of her season that she was like, I've got a brand that I've got to keep up. I actually can't be a traitor. That would be so against everything I do. And you can sense that with everyone being like Nick Muhammad, for example, just being like, he's just a lovely, smart comedian man. And that's why people were just like, oh no, this guy can't be a traitor. I felt very much like Nick and I played a similar game, and that we got lucky a bunch of times and made every so often would say something a bit stupid, but people for some reason just trusted us and sort of put us in this 100% faithful camp. And then there we go. Look at me, someone's calling me. How exciting.
That's how nice you are. Everyone's trying to call you, bro.
It's my sister. Hi, Kate. Oh, I'll talk to her quickly. Hey, Kate, I'm just doing a podcast. Can I call you back later?
Okay, bye.
Love you, bye.
Hi, Kate.
It's my sister Kate. She's having a baby next month. I'm really excited.
Oh my gosh, congratulations, man.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
Yeah.
I'm going to be an uncle.
Oh my god.
For the 5th time.
Brother. Yeah. Oh, it's a 5th child, or?
No, I've got other brothers and
okay.
And Nick's got siblings as well.
I was like, oh, geez, 5 babies. Gosh, that's a lot.
She's having 5 in one go. So what were we saying? Oh yeah. So the
Yeah.
I think I love a UK season. Just the politeness and everyone is so smart and well
Mm.
educated, and they talk so openly. And that was the thing about this season. Everyone spoke so openly at all times about all their theories
Mm.
to everyone. You never felt like anyone was particularly hiding anything until the last episode, I thought.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess let's talk about the man of the hour, Alan Carr. Right,
Mm.
comedian. He was pretty much bumbling his way through the entire time. He didn't think
Yeah.
he would last long as a trader. Even I didn't think he would last
Yeah,
long as a trader, and he fooled everyone.
I thought he was going to be the first man out. And I just want
Yeah.
to show you this picture here.
Oh, beautiful man.
That's me with Alan
That's
Carr.
beautiful. Two phenomenal celebrity winners. Who would have thought?
Yeah, exactly. Thank you for saying that. That's very nice. He man, he was so nice when I met him, and I said this on the day when I watched it. Alan Carr winning the Celebrity Traders would be like Matt Heath winning our version of the Celebrity Traders.
Yeah.
Of the Traders. Which is a crazy thing that could happen.
Yeah.
Could happen, but yeah, he just played it so well. I
mean,
think
because I feel like it was at the very start when he murdered Paloma, like his friend. Like, obviously, he had to do it. He was running out of time.
Yeah,
But like, I feel like that saved him for pretty much 75% of the whole game, right? Because no one just thought, why would he murder his best friend?
Yeah, and it is a smart thing to do. One of the other things I liked about the season is that Jonathan Ross kept saying how he'd seen every version of the Traitors, and Nick said he'd really studied it as well. And so he kept being like, "Oh, I wonder if they know me. Oh, that's exciting."
Yeah. Yeah, like, do you know if they do know you? Do you know if they have actually seen New Zealand or
no idea at all? But
no idea.
That'd be pretty funny.
Yeah. Imagine if there's some uncut footage where Nick is like, I want to replicate Sam Smith's game, you know.
There were things that he said that I was like, man, that does sound like I'm pretty sure I've said that before.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like a lot
Muhammad.
of something that Nick was doing, which I felt like you did a lot, which was like, you've said many times that one of your strategies was when people asked you who you thought was a traitor, you kind of changed the question to, well, these are people who I think are faithfuls.
Yeah.
And I felt like Nick was doing that quite a lot as well. So he wasn't really like specifically putting names out there until like the very end. But he always just came across as just a nice, helpful guy.
Yeah. And listening to other people's theories and going on with them. Like, wait, you think no one ever said this, but you think Joe's a traitor? Man, I thought he was a faithful. What's your reason? What do you think? Oh yeah, I can see that. Oh man, that's hard. I really didn't think it was him, but yeah, you're right. It totally could be. That kind of stuff.
Yeah. Well, I mean, let's quickly talk about Nick and Joe. The betrayal of the season. Literally a stab in the back. You know, like Joe and Nick, they've been like bros for so long. And then right in the final episode, Nick is starting to have, some doubts over Joe. What if he's actually secretly a traitor trying to lead the herd along? And what is it? He said that like his vote for Kat cemented him as a traitor in Nick's eyes. So then when the final like vote, that's why Nick turns and backstabs Joe. Just because of what he promised like Kat and Alan.
Oh, I lost you for a moment there, but I think I caught up with you. Are we back on?
Yeah, we're still back. Do you want me to repeat what I said?
I think you said that he sort of backstabbed Joe because he voted out Kat, and then he said, I'm sorry to Kat as she left. I think Joe screwed up 2 ways that made Nick question him, and at that stage of the game you're just looking for anything, especially we got the advantage that we knew what people's roles were when they went off. Such a huge advantage over not knowing and just having to do it based on your gut instinct. So the first thing that Joe did wrong was saying sorry to Kat like that, because he didn't have to apologize to her. He knew that he and Nick had a thing, and that's what they agreed to do. That's the first thing that questioned me. But the worst thing he did was he dressed like Dracula,
True.
a famously villainous, dark character on that day with his big collar. I just don't know what he was thinking. Why would you dress like a baddie at that stage of the game?
He might as well have gotten like a scar like right there as well to be like, I'm
He should
more of
have
a
walked
bad
in
guy.
wearing a green cloak. That's basically what he did. Whereas Alan dressed all in white, like an angel from heaven, like with a gold chain, like he was a fancy man, and that immediately, because when you have so many doubts in your mind, anything like that can sway you. I based my entire outfits. I picked my outfits throughout the entire season, what I was going to wear, and I made it so that towards the end I wore more and more pastels. And in that last episode, I really wasn't expected to be at the end, so I just wore my blue shirt and my blue trousers and my hat. And and yeah, there are just so many things. Don't dress to look like a traitor. You're subconsciously just being like, hey, by the way, I'm probably a traitor.
Yeah, I guess it is like the dark but serious look. Like I look, you thought you were actually joking when you're like going off about the wardrobe stuff, but now that you explain it, it does actually make sense because especially during that time, you can't talk to anyone, right? So you're literally looking for just any excuse whatsoever, or any kind of reasoning. And so if you look kind of sus, well, you look pretty sus, right?
Yeah, this is as far as a faithful goes anyway. And the fact that you have a partner that you've set up and everything you've said is fine. Like I just think Nick really, Joe screwed that up, and then Nick followed the mistakes that Joe sort of placed out for him, and he thought that. And I think what Nick got to the point is because he's in a celebrity version where the prize money goes to charity. To him, he was going, okay, cool. If we vote out the same guy, then the prize money gets shared between 3 charities, which is cool. But and that's the point you get to as a faithful. You're like, I just want the most people to get the biggest share of the draw. Because as a faithful, you're not playing for yourself. You are playing to share the money with a friend. And and it seems super greedy to then keep the money for yourself.
Yeah.
However,
something that Joe. Oh, sorry, after you.
And then, but as a trader, that's the complete. No, you can share it with someone still if you're a trader. You've just got to fluke your way to the end.
Yeah, unless if you're in Australia and there's 3 of you left, then
so funny.
Then no one gets any money. But I guess something as well. Now that I think about it, that Joe also kind of said, which I guess maybe was playing in Nick's mind, was Joe was saying that I'm going to keep on going until the 2 of us left.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah.
And so I would have done that even as a faithful. Because by the time you get to the end, if you're at the final and the money's going to charity, you want the money to go to your charity. But if it's just you and one other person, then your percentage of keeping that money goes way up. If you are in a series of the traders that where people don't reveal who they are at the end of it, which I think all of them will be now, you've got to get down to 2 at the end. It has to be 2. Otherwise, that doubt is just too clear that it's just too risky that someone else could be a trader.
Yeah, not 100%. But do you think that apart from I guess the final vote of Nick then turning on Joe and wanting to share the money through both, do you think that the whole charity aspect, like, would that play a factor into different strategies? You reckon, or like, that charity is more of a helpful cause or something? I don't know.
No, I don't think so at all. I don't think you don't even think about the money at all. Like it's not the prize money isn't a thing. Like as soon as they're like, hey, you've got another 5,000 today, you're just like, okay, cool. Or like the main thing you're like, whoa, that's a lot of money. It doesn't even click in your mind that it's going to you or your charity. It's so unlikely that you get it that you just don't even. It's foolish to actually play it to win the money because the chances of it are just so low.
Yeah. And like, I just want to quickly go back to Alan, just because the more I think about Alan, the more, like, even though it's kind of accidental that he made his way to the end and won, this was such a beautiful masterclass and just shows just how great of a person he actually is. Like, I remember when the final 5 or final 6 of them are all saying, I'm a faithful, and he can't even say it straight. He's just laughing. And Joe's like he's so suspicious, and he's saying, Joe's bringing up the right stuff. Alan forgot he had a shield.
Yeah.
And, he's laughing at the fact he'd say that he's a faithful, which is obvious slip ups, but just because of just how great of a person he is, and I guess how fun he is to be around, he just plays it up.
Yeah, exactly. And I think the fact that he was saying that stuff and he was noticed about it, both Joe and Nick talked about it. David didn't really say anything at all. But I just felt like I was watching that final episode, and as we went in, I was like, well, Joe and Nick are going to win this. They're going to vote out Alan, first of all, because he's done all the slip-ups. Then they're also questioning Kat, so they'll vote her out as well. Then they'll vote David out because they just don't know with him.
Yeah.
And then the fact that he was still there at the end, oh man. And I thought when Nick in that final three, when it was Alan and Nick and David, and they all threw the banish again, or
the end the game.
In the end game, yeah. When Nick's one went green to say that he wanted to end the game, I was like, no.
Yeah.
Because the banish again thing, if you banish again at that stage, that is so clear that you're a faithful.
Yeah.
like a traitor would be so happy to do it. The thing is, then it would then come down to Nick deciding which one he thought was a traitor. And he said he had a question over Alan, and he could have got him.
Yeah.
Again, I have to put this all. Alan, I think Alan did a phenomenal job. I think he deserved to win. I think he did really good. My thing is just because I'm a faithful, and I always want Team Faithful to win, and that's why I wasn't happy with the ending. But I was very happy with the fact that Alan, I think, played it really well to earn the win.
Yeah, I mean, was this maybe the longest streak in any Traitors game before they've gotten a traitor out?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
pretty long.
Because it was
in Australia
9?
too. They got 7.
In Australia too, they got Ash out really early because that's when Sam and Blake decided to turn on Ash. But I'm trying to think for this season, when did they get Jonathan out? It was what? At 10 it was Stephen. So it would have been like 8.
I think it was 6 or 7.
6 or 7, yeah.
7 maybe. Yeah, which is
crazy.
Incredibly long run.
From 19 all the way down to 7 before they got their first trade. Mind blowing.
Yeah. And I thought it was great about that, like the big dog theory. That was such a smart way of looking at it. They that's something on the show. Like you sort of think about what the producers would do. The fact that they found out Jonathan was a traitor, they were then right to go, oh, they've got an older man, they'll probably have a younger woman, and that's Kat Burns. So that makes sense. That's kind of what got us stuck in our vision. We voted out Lauren basically by fluke, and then we were like, oh, okay, there's a young woman, there's got to be an older man. That's got to be Mike Perdue, or Brooke, or Colin, or Matt Heath, who we then voted out, and then it was Matt. So we were like, okay, cool, that's the balance for that. Who the frick is the other one?
Yeah. Well, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't your season the one where they've voted out the most amount of traders in any other season? Because we got rid of Lauren, Matt, Robbie, Dan, then Colin, then Brooke. Right? So 6 traders.
We were, I think we were a 10 episode season, whereas I think the most recent Irish version, they also had 6.
Oh,
6 out, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't seen the Irish one. Is that any good?
I haven't either. I purposely haven't been watching it because I was watching this one, and so I'm going to watch it now. There was a lady on it who had MS like me, so it was great.
Crazy!
Online, she's really cool. But I want to check that out.
But has she seen the amazing reel of you trying to find people with MS? And then we bumped into each other on Queen Street.
That's right. That was great.
Yeah.
I met someone the other day who had seen that.
Oh, crazy!
That was very good. I bumped into you during that. That was awesome.
All I remember is that I'm just walking. I think it was like on my way to Macpac on Queen Street, and I just see you holding a microphone and a bright orange shirt. I was like, "Oh gosh, what's Sam up to now?" In the middle of Queen Street. That was so funny. Yeah.
I've been challenged to find someone else with MS to celebrate World MS Day, and that's quite hard to do because you can't really be like, do you have MS? I asked one guy, and he was like, no, do I look like I have MS? And I was like, no, but I have MS, and I'm not
Yeah.
sure. I don't think I really look like I do either. And he's like, oh, okay. I thought he felt like I was having a go at him.
Maybe just stand outside like for Specsavers store or something.
Yeah,
And
that's
as
a good
people come in, hey, have you got MS? Hey, have you got MS?
idea.
You know.
I think this season was quite nuts because there were no recruitments. We didn't see a single
Actually.
recruitment in Celebrity Traders, which
As in like recruit to be a trader, or as in like people? Okay. So I thought you meant like every one of these celebrities had applied to be on the traders, and they were
right.
recruited to be on the show. I was like, what? All these guys are fans of the show? Crazy, but
I genuinely think that I saw a thing that it said that Boy George was approached to be on it, and he turned them down. But I think apart from that and schedule conflicts, basically everyone else said yes because it's such a big thing. The fact that Stephen Fry did it is pretty amazing.
I love Stephen Fry this season, and I loved in all the round tables he's trying to like say the facts, and everyone's like, "Well, Stephen Fry, you're kind of out there. You could be a trader." Yeah, well, it's wrong, and it's just kept on
yes,
going.
it very much could be, and but that's the thing we have to think about everyone, and then he'll use his long words, and I really thought watching it, I thought Jonathan Ross did that as well, and it very much reminded me of Brooke Howard-Smith from our season. I kept on going, oh yeah, this guy's seen some Brooke. He's taken some lessons from Brooke, my mate. Brooke. Love that guy.
I love Brooke too. I was so gutted that on the night they went to see your play, that the next night that's when Brooke and Anna went. I was like, oh gosh, I should have gone the next night.
That was so nice. Yeah, I was in Spam a lot. A very silly production. They came along and I didn't know they were going to be there. And it's lovely.
Amazing. And like we had so many other great people on the season as well. Like Cecilia. Loved Cecilia. Great. I love the moment where she farted during the mission. I thought that was pretty funny.
Iconic.
Very iconic.
So good. And so good that they kept it in. And so good that she okayed it for them to keep it in as well. I think they had a good mix of people who they're all clearly lovely, nice people, but had something about them that meant that they could be a traitor. Like Celia has done lots of acting parts like that. Scottish guy, Mark, has done lots of that kind of evil role, the baddie kind of roles, and not Nick Mohammed. He's always a lovely man, but maybe his intelligence is something that meant, he could probably be a traitor.
Well, one of my favorite shows is Ted Lasso. Have you seen Ted Lasso?
Love it. Love it a lot.
And obviously Nick is in that, right? And so I was like, oh my gosh, it's the Ted Lasso guy.
And he kind of plays a baddie in that, actually. That's quite a good point.
Yeah. I mean, he was almost kind of like that, like Joe was kind of like his Ted. And then once he gained enough, confidence in himself to go on his own.
Something we need to talk about is the friendship between Joe and Joe. Oh my gosh. Love it. I love Joe Wilkinson. I think Joe Wilkinson might be my favorite comedian. Just everything he does is so funny. I enjoy him a lot.
I haven't seen. Oh, crazy. Yeah. If we just zoom really in. I personally didn't know a lot of the cast. Like there were a lot of like faces I recognized, obviously just from like growing up, seeing them on TV or or just like clips and stuff on Instagram and like TikTok and stuff. But I didn't like know a lot of people. So I knew who Stephen Fry was. I knew who Nick was. I know who Joe was, rugby player. Obviously, love rugby.
You have to as New Zealanders.
Exactly. I mean, I even said on a podcast recently that in Korea you have to do 2 years mandatory of military. But in New Zealand, you've got to do 2 years mandatory, like playing rugby. Yeah. Yeah. And if you're good, then you're straight on the All Blacks. And if you're not, you're... Yeah, so clearly none of us are good. Yeah. But it did make me think, how do you think Richie McCaw or Dan Carter would do if we did like another celebrity one?
Oh, yeah. I
think, or like Ma'anonu, Kevin Mialamu,
I think
even Valerie Adams.
All of these people are very different people. Like they're all quite super competitive. To be a sports person, you have to be super, super competitive. So I think they would all be sort of go above and beyond to prepare for it. But I think because of that, people would vote them out pretty quick. I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I love Richie McCaw. I love Dan Carter.
Yeah.
I'm a Crusader supporter from way back, so keeping those guys on. And I met Valerie Adams once. She was on Family Feud that I worked on, and
Oh, nice.
and she was awesome. And what was my point? Oh yeah, just that I met her. Name drop.
I have a very funny story on how I met Valerie Adams. It was in Palmerston North, of all places, right? My mum used to live, down there. And when I went to go see her one time, it was a weekend that the Highland Games was on. And one of the games was like a cow shit throwing competition.
Yeah, nice.
The cow shit was in the form of like a discus. And she came along and she was there. And I threw some cow poo alongside her.
That's incredible.
How good's that? I was like 14, 15 or something.
And she threw it as well? Or you just threw it alongside where she was standing?
I'm pretty sure she threw it same time.
Yeah.
It was either that or she was like standing there, but I definitely remember her throwing it.
Yeah.
As well, so.
She was pretty good?
Yeah. I don't know. That was years ago. I don't remember how far. I mean, I assume she's good. It's not like she's been in the Olympics or anything. So
specifically for throwing, but yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
The shit put rather than the shot
put. the shit put.
That's good, yeah.
But what's your favorite mission? I know that you like a good on mission. You've written a few yourself. What was your favorite mission in this one?
I quite liked seeing the lasers one again, and I thought the heads that they had were really funny. That's the first one that came to mind. The Trojan horse one at the beginning was good. What was it? Do you have one? I'm trying to.
Yeah, so my favorite one, and I wrote this down because if you ever get an opportunity to write another mission for Traitors New Zealand, Sam, you need to put this one. It's the Banshee one. Where you've got a team trying to find the Banshees. They'll do like a whale call, and then they've to down the well. Yeah. So where's Tom Sandoval when you need him, right? To do it. Yeah. No, but I love that. That was so cool.
Yeah.
So cool. And then how the Banshees come in the room at night for the murdered player. I thought that was
what I loved about that is the fact that all those famous people basically put their heads underwater and ruin their makeup, which I think that's something we on Taskmaster we didn't really do because we didn't want celebs to have to we wanted those comedy people to sort of keep looking like silly geese, but then I guess they've only got that one mission to do that day, whereas on Taskmaster you have to do 12. So I think that's why. But the fact they were up for that, I thought was just so great. Awesome. Yeah,
I mean, I think it's like everyone was there to play, and you could really tell that with this one. Everyone was there to play hard, but also have a lot of fun. Yeah. Like even towards like the final episode. So I'm like, I've actually, like, I think it was Kate. I think she was talking about how like she's like genuinely like felt like she's changed as a person because her life's been pretty meh recently, but because she's doing this game, it's like, it's positive, it's amazing, it's fun and stuff. And so
we kept saying that throughout the time we were on the show, just like, how often do you get to go and play a game with 18 other cool, interesting people and not worry about cooking and cleaning, and you just sort of had to look after yourself and do the hardest puzzle you've ever had to do in your entire life. But it's so rare to get to do that, especially when you're a super busy celebrity like these guys in the UK. They just must. It's the time of your life, and you're sitting there going, "I'm never going to get to do this again. I just hope it lasts forever." And so when you vote someone off, and you're like, "Oh, sorry, I'm ruining your chance of having fun with us," you just feel so bad about it because it's pretty awful to it there.
Yeah, because that's always been something that I would love. Obviously, I would love to go on one of these reality TV shows one day, and majority of it's just for the experience, whether if I'm first one out or I make it all the way to the end or get taken out halfway, like just being able to play a game with all these people, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like everyone's now, like, you've got your online games and stuff that other people do, but you don't have as much fun as this, like,
Mm.
these celebrities standing around laughing the entire time
Yeah.
while they're trying to, play a serious game 24/7. It's just, yeah, like it would be an experience of a lifetime.
And you really do make close friends with these people. It's awesome. It's great.
Yeah,
I was gonna say,
especially with some podcasters that talk about it as well. I heard that they're pretty cool.
yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Getting to talk to people who love the shows as well is
Yeah.
great.
But especially like New Zealand like podcasters who talk about the show. I heard that they're
they're
even
the
more
best.
great.
Yeah, they're the top
exactly.
of the pile. Everyone
Yeah,
knows that.
especially if that person loves Shin Baddie as well.
Yeah.
If that
That's the
person
thing you
wears,
want.
yeah,
That's
like
the
a
thing you look
Chewbacca
for.
jersey as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most of all, Shin Baddie, New Zealand, and
Mm-hmm.
then just everyone else.
Yeah. Yeah. And let's talk about the crazy vote that happened. So there was a tied vote. I believe it was between Mark and David.
Yeah.
And it tied again to a tiebreaker, which then they had to choose has this ever been done on Traitors before where it went to a tiebreaker? Or was this the first?
I've never seen it on Traitors before. And I think the rules for that were different from when we did it. I think the rules when we did it were just that you just kept going until the tie was broken. Like no matter how many times that was. I think that's right. It's going back a little bit now. But yeah, I thought it was interesting and having to do it like that and leaving it to chances. Oh man.
Yeah, because I know in Survivor, when there's only 4 people left, if there's a 2-2 tie, it's like a fire making challenge between the tied vote, and whoever can't make a fire, loses.
Yeah.
But for every other vote, if it's a tie, then the players in the tie are safe, and everyone else has to draw rocks, and the odd rock goes home as like a consequence for not making up their mind.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So I was like, is that something similar to Traitors? I don't know.
Yeah, so no, as far as I'm aware, that doesn't exist in the Traitors. But I did my show almost 3 years ago. So so I think they're slowly updating that with those things.
I mean, we almost saw that happen in New Zealand season 2 with like Molly and Jackie, and rest in peace, Jackie. But it was like a tie vote. Then it was like right down to the wire, I think, between like Jackie and Molly on the revote and stuff. And
yeah, right. Yeah, that's right.
It was a crazy season.
It really was. It was awesome.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see New Zealand season 3.
Yeah, that's got to be so huge. Yeah. When do you think they'll come out? Like I don't know. Mid next year or?
When our one was on in September, and then
I think season 2 was around September as well.
Yes, I presume the same.
Yeah.
But I think they filmed it a little earlier. Maybe it'll be in winter. I think that's when most people watch TV in New Zealand in winter. So that's when they're for. That's why Celebrity Traitors is on in the UK now, because it's starting to get cold and people stay home at night and actually watch TV.
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, how exciting!
That's so exciting.
Yeah. Overall, I just love this cast, bro.
Yeah.
I really did. Just from the very start to the very finish, like there was no one who was kind of on the going. Like everyone I really liked.
I just want to talk about all the comedians on the show. I'm from the world of comedy, so comedians are the people that I am attracted to. No, that I like watching on the show.
Yeah.
So Lucy Beaumont was amazing. Joe Wilkinson, Nick Mohammed, Alan Carr, Jonathan Ross. Just so many. Joe Marler was hilarious.
Oh yeah, I loved him.
Anyone who can be in a house with Joe Wilkinson, possibly my favorite comedian, and be just as funny as him, that's a sign that you are a special boy who's scrummed a few too many times and probably felt severe brain issues. But that's what makes you a good comedian. Yeah. And,
I loved his confessional where he was talking about him and Nick as players. It's like Nick's intelligence is like here, and I'm
just. I'm a Stephen Fry off that list of comedians as well. Like one of my
he was great.
Heroes. I've met Stephen Fry. I've talked to him. I went to see his show. Wow. I was in the second row and I tweeted, "Look how close I am to the stage." And he came out and he's like, "Is Sam Smith here?" And I was like, "Hello, Stephen Fry."
Oh my gosh! Yeah.
He said, "Oh, you got to watch out for me because I spit when I talk." And when he said spit, a bit of spit flew out of his mouth and landed on me.
Oh.
I've been spammed
Nice.
by Stephen Fry.
Nice.
Yeah.
I mean, like, have you collected that spit and put it into a jar and kept it forever?
Yeah. I used his DNA from that spit to clone my children. Both my children are cloned from Stephen Fry. None of my genes at all. So they're going to be really tall.
That's the thing. Is like, I got spat on. I'm never washing my face again.
Yeah, gross.
Yeah. But
who was you? Did you have a favorite player throughout the season?
I mean, I just loved Alan Carr. Like, I know it's kind of an obvious pick because he won, but it's like just everything he did throughout the game. I was just laughing so much.
Yeah,
and I think there's something a lot of, especially American reality shows, are kind of missing is having a good laugh while watching it. And Alan Carr, although even during the missions. Like, even in, like, the final mission, right, where he's, like, trying to find the keys, but no one can find it. He's like, oh, shut up, Joe. I'll find it, He's getting really into it. It's like, oh, quick, put it in my bum bag. We don't have time to put it in your bum bag,
Yeah.
I just loved Alan. How about you? Who was your favorite?
Yeah. Joe Wilkinson and Nick Mohammed, those two. Joe Wilkinson because he's my favorite comedian, and Nick Mohammed because I just think he thought about the things he said about the game was so similar to the things that I thought about the game that I was like, yeah, this guy gets it. So I felt
you're like #20s,
Yeah, me and Nick. I would love to. Nick, if you're listening, please contact me. I would love to talk to you. We can talk about trade.
Yeah. Imagine if we have him on,
Oh, that'd be great.
Random interview with Nick. That'd be so cool. I'd have so many Ted Lasso questions all good to go as well.
Oh, yeah. What a great show. Do you see they're doing another season?
They are?
Yes.
Great. I had no idea. That's actually nuts.
Yeah. And Ted Lasso is set in Richmond, which is my mum used to be the librarian at Richmond Library. So we used to live sort of near to there when I grew up in England. So that show. And the show is kind of based on my team is Wimbledon FC, and they were sort of a similar area. So it's good. It's great. Great show.
I mean, I'm just an Arsenal fan, and it's only because when I was a kid and I was like Ars.
Yeah. Great.
And I've just stuck with it ever since.
Liverpool also has the word poo in it, which is quite funny.
Yeah, but I feel like it's ass and then poo. Like, I feel like you really have to like poo. Whereas when you say Arsenal, it's like you have to say ass. You get what I mean?
It's ass and anal. Ass anal.
Ass anal. Sorry, no, I'm so childish, but
that's what we get along with. It's great.
Yeah, exactly. No, but just overall, I just love the season, and it's been confirmed that they're going to be filming another celebrity edition. Who are some celebrities that you would love to see?
Oh, more comedians. I'd love to see Bob Mortimer. I've heard Bob Mortimer and Rich Dayoari, who are also just incredibly smart, funny people. I'd love to see them on it. I'd love to see Rowan Atkinson.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I'm willing to give up my entire KiwiSaver just for Rowan Atkinson to be on Traitors. I mean, there's not much in there to begin with, but, it's something.
I'm willing to give up all $2,000 in my KiwiSaver for...
I'm willing to give up my 20 cents for Rowan Atkinson. No, but Rowan Atkinson would be great. I'd love to see, like, Jimmy Carr.
Yeah.
I feel like he'd be pretty funny. Joe Lycett as well as another favorite comedian of mine.
Joe Lycett would be awesome.
Yeah. And also, just to like stir up the pot a wee bit, but Owen Farrell from the England rugby team. He's the fly half.
Yeah.
Because he's quite full of himself, so.
Yeah. I can imagine people like that getting voted out pretty quick.
Yeah.
Again, maybe that's a New Zealand thing though. Yeah, I wonder, there must be other like celebrities from the Ant and Dec. Just people who are.
Wait, is this
one of the Spice Girls?
Oh, Spice Girls would be great. Wait, when you say Ant, are you talking about the big muscular guy who's on SAS?
No. Ant and Dec are two.
Britain's Got Talent, right?
Yes, yeah.
That's right.
Many other things as well. They're the sort of the Jono and Ben of the UK.
Actually, I saw. Who's the guy who hosts Millionaire Hot Seat?
Oh no!
Wait, is it Millionaire Hot Seat? It's
Do you mean the 1% Club?
No. It's the one where it's like, the Chase. That's what I'm thinking
Oh,
of.
yeah, Bradley Walsh.
Yeah, he'd be great on.
While we say that, just quick shout out to my friend Andy Robinson, who was on the Chase New Zealand, and he won.
Oh my gosh! Good
He's one of the
job.
first ever winners. He is, one of the 4 first ever winners of the Chase New Zealand, and he's my mate.
Yeah.
We hang out.
Good job, man. Yeah, I'd love to do, because I recently saw on a Facebook reel of Ant and Dick. They got the sweet old lady to do the chase, but they had all the answers, and they were like telling her all the answers, and it was driving Bradley like mad because she had to like act up like, oh, I'm just going to take a guess, and then she'll guess the right one.
So good.
Every time. Yeah,
so good.
I love Ant and Dick. Yeah. Yeah. No. Like, any other thoughts on Traitors UK?
I think it'd be quite cool to have like some sort of like royalty on the show. I loved having Ivor on the American version of the show. It'd be cool to have someone like that on the show, and
like Meghan Markle.
Someone, yeah,
and Meghan Markle and Prince Harry.
It'd be cool to have someone who was like an MI5 or spy kind of person and see how they do. I wish I knew more about David. That's someone that I actually want to look up and see. He's a historian, and I'd love to find out a bit more about him.
Yeah.
Because I don't, despite him being on the show, because he's a fairly quiet person, we just didn't hear as much from him as some of the other loudmouths. That's such a thing in Traitors, eh? All the loudmouths get voted off. You just see it time and time again. If there is a person who is a loudmouth at the end of the show, they are a traitor. You have to get rid of.
I mean, I still remember the devastating weeks of the Traitors earlier this year where we lost. Was it Wes, Derek, Boss, and Rob, and then like Carolyn goes after shortly after. It's like, oh, come on, guys, stop taking out all the entertainment.
Yeah. Hey, can I just say that the quiet people can also be entertaining when you give them a chance?
Well, I mean, I know that like there's a couple of quiet people in Traitors New Zealand who are like pretty boring. Like, they made it all the way to the very yeah. And like,
I managed to say one joke throughout the whole season, so actually.
What's the joke again?
It was during the laser maze, I think it was Brooke going across the laser maze, and I said something like, that's a free vasectomy waiting to happen. Pretty good joke.
That is pretty funny. I need to rewatch your season, actually. Yeah. Like, it's such a good season. But there's too many stuff and things happening. Too many shows on at the same time.
There are too many other versions of the Traitors to keep up with.
Yeah, what's it? Traitors Italy is about to come out.
Have you seen that? Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, 14 people as well. So they'll be really
14.
Slice and dice, yeah.
Yeah, wow.
But hey, Australia vs. the World was only 14 people, and it's one of the best seasons of Survivor of all time. So
that's cool.
Yeah.
If you could do a reality TV show, would it be Survivor? That seems to be the one the best. Or would you? Or do you think? I think a Traitors suits you pretty well.
It would, but see, I love the outdoors. You get me? It's just the idea of like some of my favorite memories of my childhood is that my auntie used to have like a beach house in Pukahina, and with where I always stayed, it was always like at a tent at the very front or in the garage. It was like really stormy, and yeah, just the sound of waking up to the waves. You know what I mean? Like just instantly going for a swim or walk along the beach is just beautiful. So I would love the aspect, like the actual survival part of Survivor. I don't think I'll be that good at Survivor, but I think in Traitors we're constantly trying to figure stuff out. I feel like I might be even worse at that, with how the online game of Survivor went, early in the year, where I just had no idea what was happening all the time. But yeah, I'll probably have more fun in Traitors than Survivor because I won't be starving my ass off. So
I think you're a bit of a chaos agent as well, which is great.
Yeah.
Be awesome. I was thinking about a show where it's a game like Traitors, but there are like 20 contestants, and everyone sort of secretly is like best friends with another person, and when you vote someone off, you also vote off whoever was their best friend.
Oh, that'd be a good one.
Yeah, so
I know that. I know that Survivor South Africa had done it as a twist one time. It's called Tied Destinies, where for one round, everyone was randomly paired up with another person. So you're not just voting out one person, you're voting out two.
Yeah.
You know, it's pretty devastating.
Cool.
But yeah, and also I can like, what is it? What about another good game show? I feel like having like a game show, like we talked about this recently on the podcast with Michelle, because she's part of so many different like fandom groups like Hunted, The Amazing Race, you know, Survivor, Big Brother, the Traitors. She runs all these different admin like pages. Like, why do we call them Michelle games? Where like each round's just a different game. You just roll it on a wheel, and then you just have to do that game. That'll be pretty fun, I reckon.
That's great. Oh, I had an idea. It was called was it called Host with the Most? Host?
Host with the
Now that I say that out loud, it doesn't sound great. But you get the host of all of those different shows, and when they you do a round, whoever loses then becomes the host of the show, and you then do an episode of their show, and then and then whoever loses, you then becomes an episode of MasterChef, and then whoever loses that, then becomes an episode of Dancing with the Stars, and then whoever loses that. I thought that's pretty funny. Well,
speaking of hosts, how's Claudia to you amongst other Traitors hosts? Obviously,
she's great
stars like Alan Cumming, for example. I know, like for me, I think Paul Henry's pretty great. I know that there's a lot of controversy around him, especially in the olden days. But I loved Paul Henry too. Thought he was great. Rod was great. And
Roger.
Oh, Roger. Sorry, I don't know why I couldn't Roger. Roger's great. And who's the host of Canada? I keep forgetting her name.
Oh, God.
Let me quickly search it up.
I've so many seasons with him.
Yeah, it's never search up anything up on Edge.
Kareen?
It might be Kareen. Hang on, Canada Traitors host. Boom, 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 boom. It is. Yeah, it's Kareen. Yeah.
Yeah, good. I've watched a full season of Traitors Quebec in French. And so, so yeah, I know. She's great. It's awesome. I think Claudia's the best. I think the reason why is that we also get to she's got, hey, this is deadly serious, this part. She's got that, but she's also got, yeah, go guys, you can do it. And that's awesome.
Well, I mean, maybe it's the whole celebrity aspect of it all, but we often see with Alan Cumming, who I think is a great host, he kind of stands away from the contestants. He has to side things with the camera, but we see Claudia, she was in the missions with the contestants. Like, she's cheering Alan on the bridge and stuff like that, and, just always got her hands like this because I think she's in such awe of having all these people with her, it's just,
I think the thing that with Alan Cumming, he has to be a bigger character to be a host that is bigger than the contestants they have on the show, who are all big personalities, and so he has to dress weirder than them. He needs to say $1 million. He needs to be so dramatic with everything he says just to stand out from them. Which I think often with US traders, I'm like, I'm enjoying this, but come on, get to it.
Yeah.
So
I think Alan was quite happy that Bob the drag queen got voted out so early. I feel like Bob was like his main competition for dress, all the dressing up.
Completely agree. And what's quite exciting is in New Zealand we have a new host for New Zealand traders.
Yeah.
And in Australia there's a new host as well, so that's pretty exciting. Oh, they've announced it. We can talk about it. It's Gretel Colleen, who was the host of Big Brother back in the day, and I met her. She came and played on New Zealand Family Feud, and she was awesome.
Yeah, and she was just on the Amazing Race Celebrity Edition as well in Australia, which I felt really sorry for her because her daughter Epiphany, which is really ironic because she always had an epiphany throughout the whole show, and she was always having to go for her daughter, which really sucked. But I think Alan might be the only male host for the Traitors as of right now.
Oh, yeah.
Because Australia's got Gretel. We've got a new female host as well.
Yeah, Madeline Sami, who's amazing.
Yeah. Have you heard anything on how she is as a host?
Oh, she'll be incredible. She'll be absolutely awesome. She's 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 incredibly funny, but also loves the game. She knows. Yeah, she's a super fan, and yeah, I can't wait to see how she did.
Yeah,
she'll be super duper awesome.
Yeah. Any final thoughts on Traitors UK Celebrity Edition?
I think it's so great. I think the fact that they got such an amazing lineup was awesome. The season was it's the season I think of. I was just so engaged with it throughout. It was one of the shows where I had to watch the episodes as soon as they came out to make sure I didn't get any spoilers. The fact it was so popular and rated so well is awesome, and I'm so glad they're doing more of them. And I think it just really shows you can do celebrity versions of them as well, and they're just as good and just as engaging as the Muggle versions.
Yeah. I mean, end of the day, it always comes down to the casting, right? It's it doesn't matter how good the game is, if the cast isn't there, the cast isn't there, you know? And that's why it's so good that I feel like Traitors especially, I can't think of many like terrible casts or anything like that. I feel like there's always been huge highlights and so many different great personalities on every version of the Traitors. And so, yeah, I really loved it too. I'm really great. And I'm very excited for Traitors Australia and New Zealand, which hopefully will be coming out hopefully early next year. That'll be pretty bloody exciting. And yeah, now make sure you subscribe for cheeky, naughty times. Have you been up to anything cheeky or naughty, Sam, recently, Sam?
Not really at all.
No?
I don't think so. How lame of me.
I reckon you're lying, bro. I know you are a very naughty, naughty boy. So
I've been at home writing children's books. I don't think that's.
Oh, and by the way, congratulations! Your books have now gone global, being sold in the UK.
Yes, the Miles and Jones series. You can now get it at Waterstones, which is like a big, proper, actual bookstore, which is pretty amazing.
Crazy.
And don't worry, US coming to you in May, I think, which is nuts. Which is also when the next book in the series is coming out in New Zealand. So, yeah,
Ooh,
it's cool.
How exciting! So stay tuned for the Miles and Jones series. I'm here at Mucky Productions. V, Jake, and Drew are doing a phenomenal job covering American Survivor Season 49, the season that people are pretending to care about because no one really does. Everyone just wants to get to Season 50. Myself, Kahuna, and The Vault have gotten together to discuss Squid Game, The Challenge Season 2, which might be genuinely one of the best reality TV shows of this year. I'm loving everything to do with it. It's just amazing, phenomenal. Make sure you check that out. And then, but wait, there's more. Michelle and I have gotten together to do a season rankings of Australian Survivor. We've gotten together with many other different podcasters and content creators for Survivor to make this list. And we'll be talking about the first ever season, Australian Survivor 2016, next Wednesday night. So tune in for that. I've been your host, Mucky Hope. Ka kite anō, everyone. And we'll catch you on the next one. Take it easy, guys. Boys.